It started as cardboard cutouts of foul-mouthed kids, stitched together with stop-motion.
Even the dumbest lie can have big consequences.
That looked like a middle school art project.
I'm going down south, not gonna have myself.
25 years later, the same show is cranking out episodes in HD widescreen, built in Autodesk Maya, and still pretending to be cheap. Every time the show changed its look, fans either lost their minds or didn't even notice because they were too busy laughing at Kenny dying again. From literal construction paper to a library of 10,000 character parts, here's every time South Park's animation style got an upgrade, a downgrade, or just got weirder.
Guys, listen! I think I know why Heidi won't admit Cartman's a horrible boyfriend.
Yeah, Token, don't start ripping on me for having a fat girlfriend, alright? Just try and be cute about it.
Before South Park was a global insult machine, it was literally paper cutouts on a table. Trey Parker and Matt Stone made 2 short style videos, both called The Spirit of Christmas.
There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found.
The first was in 1992, a college film project called Jesus vs. Frosty.
Hey man, let's go home. I know where my parents hide my presents. Cool.
Then the second, in 1995, they created a viral video card called Jesus vs. Santa. Their technique was basic, using construction paper stop motion that looked like it cost about $5 and some glue sticks.
Here's a little construction paper Santa Claus. Ho, ho, ho! There, kids. Oh, would you like some toys and stuff?
Every blink, every arm wave, frame by frame. Painstaking, slow, and ugly in a way that was kind of perfect. Then came the pilot in 1997. Cartman gets an anal probe. Same technique, same cutouts, same "your nephew could have made this" vibe. It took them 3 months and about $300,000 to finish it. That's right.
Damn it! We were so close!
Hey, look! I think Kenny's okay.
Oh!
$250,000 to make something that looked like a South Park fan video today. But that crappy look became the charm. Comedy Central loved it, and the audience thought the rough style made the raunchy jokes even funnier.
You think HIV is something to be laughed at, Kyle? Well, let's just see how funny it is now, asshole.
If you've ever wondered why the show leaned into being cheap-looking, it's because the cheap look was the brand from day one. After the pilot nearly killed everyone involved, Trey and Matt ditched the scissors and glue.
Hey, do you need to get in shape fast? Want to look your best? Tired of the other guys getting all the chicks?
Starting with the episode Weight Gain 4000, South Park jumped to Alias/Wavefront's PowerAnimator. That's industry-grade software, the kind you'd expect to make dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. Instead, it was used to make a fat kid in a crop top scream about beefcake.
Hey, dudes. What the hell is wrong with you, Cartman? Haven't you noticed the 3 feet of snow on the ground?
The look was still flat, stiff, and ugly, but now it was digital, flat, and ugly. Characters had fewer expressions, eye shapes were all over the place, and sometimes they forgot shadows altogether.
Oh gosh, that was close. Okay, let's steer our big gay boat out of here and into a place where gays are allowed to live freely.
Big Gay Al's Big Gay Boat Ride episode cleaned things up a little, adding eye lines and fabric-like textures so it didn't look like straight MS Paint. By the episode Tom's Rhinoplasty, they were even pasting real photos onto characters, because why not throw Barbra Streisand's face onto a cardboard head?
We're all gay and it's okay, 'cause gay means happy and happy means gay. We're not sad anymore.
Seasons 1 through 4 were basically cheap on purpose, but with enough tweaks to convince people it was more than a student film. By 1999, South Park went cinematic with the movie, bigger, longer, and uncut. Same foul-mouthed kids, but suddenly the animation looked like someone actually cared.
Big world up there, I'd like to give it a try.
Characters moved smoother, backgrounds had real depth, and the camera even dared to pan.
I could be safe and live without a care.
The movie ditched the flat TV look for richer colors and slight 3D effects, all while keeping that construction paper vibe so fans didn't freak out. The polish was obvious. Shadows looked cleaner, fire actually looked like fire instead of orange blobs, and there were more facial expressions than the first 4 seasons combined.
You're late, Cartman. I had to ride my back here. My behind is killing me. You're behind? I have to say behind because I get shocked if I say...
Even new characters like Saddam Hussein's puppet version had more detail than most of the adults on the show at the time.
Move over, Satan. You're hogging all the fun. Yeah. Man, this is getting me so...
Fans walked in expecting cardboard cutouts singing fart jokes. Instead, they got a legit animated musical that somehow scored an Oscar nomination. South Park proved it could look good.
Hi, Stanley!
And then immediately went back to looking cheap on purpose once the show returned. By 2001, South Park had to grow up. Kind of. The team switched to Autodesk Maya, a 3D animation powerhouse. This meant every character suddenly became a pile of 10,000 tiny parts. Eyes, hands, shadows, and even each mouth shape. Animators had to learn a whole new system, which delayed Season 5 by months. Fans didn't care, but the crew basically went through software boot camp just to make Cartman scream,
Clocked you at 40 miles an hour back there. Do you know what the speed limit is, y'all?
Characters got more expressions. Particle effects like fire and explosions looked less like kindergarten doodles, and even skin tones were tweaked. African-American characters stopped looking like they were dipped in printer ink. Adults got more variety in their faces, and kids had unified mouth rigs so they didn't look like they were glitching every other scene.
Think you a pimp, but you can't be pimping, know what I'm saying? You want to be a pimp, then you gotta learn the game.
It was still South Park, still blocky and simple. But now it was blocky and simple with a powerful 3D engine backing it up.
Well, maybe things would be better if we could trust people like the Starches. Us, your family's always been the shifty-eyed ones.
By the mid-2000s, South Park had survived long enough to stop looking like a high school project. Around seasons 7 through 11, the design started to get cleaner. Adults in the show suddenly had smoother lines, thinner wrinkles, and clothes that didn't look like they were drawn with a Sharpie during a caffeine crash. Backgrounds got more love too. Stark's Pond went from a blue oval to an actual moody landscape with fog, rocks, and trees. Even hell itself got a makeover, complete with a buffer, horned Satan. This era was basically South Park with a little budget. Characters stopped tilting their heads every other line, eyes were more consistent, and particle effects like fire, smoke, and explosions looked less like PowerPoint clip art. Randy Marsh also started his glow-up here, softer shirt lines, cleaner collars, and more detail that hinted he was about to steal the spotlight in later seasons.
Don't limit me! You don't even understand me!
It was still South Park, still simple, but now you could tell the animators were flexing skills instead of pretending to be bad at drawing.
Guilty, I thought so!
Alright, let's do this!
By season 11, the animators decided the townsfolk couldn't all look like recycled Play-Doh molds. Adults got softer features, collars and ties were cleaned up.
For the long haul, guys! This is about what's right!
And Randy's shirt suddenly had rolled sleeves that looked like actual sleeves instead of blue rectangles.
This is about history, kids. If you don't have respect for your past, then you can never expect a bird.
Jimbo ditched his blocky vest for a version with zippers and undershirts, which sounds minor, but in South Park land, that's a facelift. Gerald even scored a more colorful Yamulka because apparently the animators finally found the Add Color button. Backgrounds also leveled up. The boys' houses got fences, snow looked less like copy-paste blobs.
I thought I was the only one. Me too!
But that means Kenny was lying! Suck bass! Suck bass!
And new background characters popped in with more diverse body types and hair shading.
Heading on up south, I'm gonna see if I can't unwind.
Older clone kids started vanishing, replaced by new classmates like Red's replacements and a batch of more unique female characters. It was subtle, but it kept the show from looking frozen in 1999. South Park was still simple, still ugly on purpose, but you could tell the animators were sneaking in real craft under the disguise of cheap. By 2009, Comedy Central finally realized it was embarrassing to air South Park in fuzzy 4:3, like a bootleg VHS. Enter the HD remasters. The first native HD episode was the China Problem episode.
Excuse me, miss?
Yes, sir?
These people won't leave us alone?
And suddenly South Park had 16:9 widescreen and 1080p. Same blocky kids, but now you could count every pixel of Cartman's double chin. The upgrade wasn't just new episodes. The team went back and re-rendered the old season shot by shot in HD. That meant digging through years of Maya and PowerAnimator files, reframing everything, and fixing scenes where backgrounds didn't exist past the original square format. They even snuck in new characters at the edges of old crowd shots, like Lola showing up in the Chin Pokemon episode years before her actual debut. Fans either loved the crisp detail or freaked out that
Hey, you kids!
Well, hello, officers.
old South Park suddenly had kids who didn't belong.
Oh, kick ass! Dude, why isn't my house like this?
Dad, you out here?
It was a massive technical flex, but also a reminder. Even when South Park looks sharp, it still sounds and feels proudly stupid. Even the intro couldn't escape the South Park facelift cycle. The original theme had cardboard cutouts sliding around while Primus jammed, which matched the "we made this in our basement" energy. By seasons 4 and 5, they slapped a 4th grade update on it, tossed in video game-style 3D renders of the boys, and even showed random stats like it was Madden for foul-mouthed kids. When Kenny died for real in season 5, Timmy had to sing his lines, and the intro briefly became the Butters show with Professor Chaos crashing the title card.
Bringing chaos to the world that has dejected me. I will become the greatest supervillain the world has ever seen.
Then, by season 12, they went back closer to the original style, but faster, flashier, and with a rock version of the theme.
Humble folks without temptation.
Going down south, but gonna leave my woe behind.
And we're parking on that. People spouting hot.
From season 17 onward, the intro went full 3D. Sleeker cameras, fancier shots, and updated clips from episodes. It looked sharper, but some fans missed the janky construction paper vibe. Basically, the intro evolved from cheap charm to polished but pretending it's cheap.
Just won't behave.
By season 19, South Park decided fart jokes weren't enough and went serialized. Suddenly, whole seasons tied together with ongoing arcs. PC Principal, Whole Foods, and Randy turning Tegrity Farms into his personal empire. The animation reflected it too. Everything got smoother, more polished, and more cartoon real.
You see, that's Tegrity.
Movements were less stiff, expressions stretched further, and backgrounds felt more like actual Colorado than clip art. It's the era where the show stopped looking like cardboard and started looking like a legitimate animated series.
You recall when Cartman found out his mom was his dad, or Kyle being turned into a human centipede.
Which is hilarious because the whole charm was that it looked illegitimate. Fans were split. Some loved the modern vibe, others swore the Polish killed the raw, crappy-on-purpose identity. But either way, South Park now had the flexibility to do cinematic shots, consistent continuity, and keep up with serialized storytelling without collapsing. It wasn't the construction paper chaos of the 90s anymore. It was a streamlined machine that could crank out satire at HD speed. South Park started as paper cutouts slapped together by two guys who probably smelled like weed and glue. Over the years, it's been pushed through PowerAnimator, rebuilt in Maya, polished for a movie, remastered in HD, and smoothed out into serialized arcs. The animation got cleaner, sharper, and more detailed, but the show never stopped pretending it was ugly on purpose. That's the magic trick.
Come on now, I bet your parents want a picture of you looking natural.
This is how I look natural.
Kyle, we're taking pictures without hats today.
South Park evolved into one of the slickest, fastest produced cartoons on TV.
I'm great. Got some good sleep last night. Just letting things roll right off my back, you know? Because that's the kind of guy I am.
While still looking like it could fall apart any second. From construction paper to widescreen HD, the style changed dozens of times, but the heart of it stayed the same. 4 kids, a small town, an animation that looks way dumber than the people making it. Have you seen every time Cartman went full-on psycho? Click here to find out more.